students, welcome to Sunil's tutorial. I'm Sunil Mirwani and today we'll be doing this chapter called as Hormonal Coordination in Humans. Now, let's see the morphology and histology of thyroid gland. We will study about the morphology and histology of thyroid gland. First, let's find out the location and structure of thyroid gland. Location and structure of thyroid gland. Now, the thyroid gland is the largest endocrine gland. It is the largest endocrine gland situated on the ventrolateral side of the neck region. So it is the largest endocrine gland which is situated on the ventrolateral side of the neck region below the larynx. It measures 25 to 30 grams in weight. That's going to be the weight of this, right? Now, thyroid has got two conical lobes connected to each other by a strip called as isthmus. I'll show you the structure of thyroid gland first. This is my larynx. This is thyroid gland. This is trachea. Right? Now, that's the location of thyroid gland. Right? Let's see the TS of the lobe. this is the lobule. This whole thing is called as the lobule. This I'm showing you the TS of thyroid gland. Okay. This is the capsule of connective tissue. Connective tissue, right? And you have follicle. Right, that's the follicle. Okay, that's my TS of thyroid gland. So I've shown you where it is. It's just below the larynx and it's in front of the trachea. Now, I can say that the thyroid gland has two conical lobes. Has two conical lobes connected with each other. Connected with each other by a strip of isthmus, right? Thyroid is highly vascular. Thyroid is highly vascularized. Highly vascularized in the sense that it is supplied with large number of blood capillaries. Okay. Then the dorsal side of thyroid is occupied by two pairs of parathyroid glands. Dorsal side of thyroid is occupied by two pairs of parathyroid glands. Fine. The thyroid gland is protected within a capsule of connective tissue. Is protected within a capsule of connective tissues. Fine. So that's my location and structure. Now let's see the histology of thyroid. Histology of thyroid. Now, the outer covering of thyroid, the capsule gives rise to a septa. The outer covering of thyroid, the capsule gives rise to a septa called trabeculae. I'll show you this in the diagram. Guys, can you just see the diagram? This septa is called as Trabeculae. So the outer covering of thyroid, the capsule gives rise to a septa, which is called as trabeculae. Trabeculae divides the entire thyroid glands into a large number of lobules. Trabeculae divides entire thyroid gland into large number of lobules. Right? Each lobule consists of a number of follicles. I've shown you this in the case of the thyroid. Each lobule consists of a large number of follicles. Right? Follicles are the functional units of thyroid gland. Functional units of thyroid gland. Fine. Now let's see how does the follicle look like. This is your histology of thyroid gland. Where this is your thyroid follicle. Right. Inside this you have colloid, and here you have parafollicular cells, which are also called as C cells. Right? So that's your histology of thyroid. Now let's see this. As I told you that follicles are the functional unit of thyroid gland. Each follicle is lined by a single layer. Of cuboidal epithelial cells. So these are your cuboidal epithelial cells resting on the basement membrane. Resting on the basement membrane. Right? So the outer covering cells, these cells are your cuboidal epithelial cells. Right? Now, these cuboidal cells extract iodine from blood for the preparation of thyroglobulin. Right? The cuboidal cells secrete hormones triiodothyronine. This is called as short form T3, and tetraiodothyronine, which is called as T4, or it is also called as thyroxine. Right? So these are the hormones that are secreted by thyroid. Both the hormones are stored. In the coli of follicle as thyroglobulin. So that's where the hormones are going to be stored. Now among the thyroid follicles, there are parafollicular cells, or which are also called as C cells. Among the thyroid follicles, there are parafollicular cells or C cells. Right? Now, the C cells, why are they called as C cells? They are nothing but they are the calcitonin cells. That's why C cells. The C cells secrete calcitonin hormone, which helps to deposit calcium in the bones and prevents hypercalcemia. So those are that's the histology of thyroid gland. Now let's see what are the hormones of the pituitary and the thyroid gland. Hormones of pituitary. Now the anterior pituitary secretes 7 hormones. Anterior pituitary secretes 7 hormones. Right? They are first GH, which is called as growth hormone, right? Growth hormones are also known as somatotropic hormones. So whether I say growth hormone or somatotropic hormone, it's the same. Its functions are first, it stimulates the metabolism and increases the process of cell division. It stimulates the metabolism and increases the process of cell division. Increases the process of cell division, growth of bones, and muscles. Right? Second function, deficiency of growth hormone leads to dwarfism, whereas its oversecretion leads to gigantism. So that's the first hormone that is secreted by the anterior pituitary. The next hormone that is secreted, this is growth hormone, right? The second hormone that is secreted by anterior pituitary is TSH. This is called, full form is thyroid stimulating hormone, right? TSH or thyroid stimulating hormone. That's the second hormone that is secreted. Now, as the name suggests, TSH stimulates and controls the activities of thyroid gland to secrete thyroxine. It stimulates and controls the activity of thyroid gland to secrete thyroxine, right? The TSH also stimulates the thyroid follicular cells to secrete thyroglobulin. That's both the T3 and the T4 hormones. It stimulates the thyroid follicular cells to secrete thyroglobulin. Thyroglobulin, that's your T3 and T4 both, right? Now TSH also regulates the accumulation of iodine. It regulates the accumulation of iodine, the main constituent of thyroxine, in colloid of the thyroid follicle. The main constituent of thyroxine in colloid. It regulates the accumulation of iodine, the main constituent of thyroxine in colloid, and in colloid of thyroid follicles. Right. Next, let's see the disorders in TSH secretion. Decrease in TSH secretion from anterior pituitary will decrease the secretion of thyroglobulin from thyroid gland, right, which will result in hypothyroidism. Right. Second, increase in TSH. This was decrease in TSH. Increase in TSH will increase the activity. Of thyroid gland, which results in to hypothyroidism. Right? So that was the second hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone. Now the third hormone that is secreted by anterior pituitary is the ACTH. ACTH stands for adrenocorticotropic hormone. The adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, right? Now, what does it do? It stimulates the cortex of stimulates the cortex of adrenal gland to secrete. It stimulates the cortex of the adrenal gland to secrete cortisol hormone. Right? It is necessary to overcome. It is necessary to overcome physiological and physical stress. So it helps in overcoming stress. So that was your ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone, right? Next, the fourth hormone that is secreted by anterior pituitary is FSH, which is also called as follicle stimulating hormone. The follicle stimulating hormone, right? In males, it stimulates the testes, stimulates the testes to produce sperms. In females, it stimulates the ovaries. It stimulates the ovaries. It stimulates the ovaries to produce ovarian follicles. Ovarian follicles, Graafian follicles, and the secretion of estrogen, right? So that was the fourth hormone, the follicle stimulating hormone. The next hormone that is produced is LH, right? LH is luteinizing hormone. The luteinizing hormone, it is also called as the intestinal cell stimulating hormone. It is also called as the intestinal cell stimulating hormone. Intestinal cell stimulating hormone, right? It is secreted by adenohypophysis. So it is secreted by adenohypophysis. Function: it stimulates It stimulates the Graafian follicle to ovulate. Graafian follicle to ovulate, that is, it helps in the process of ovulation in females, right? It promotes the formation of corpus luteum. It promotes the formation of corpus luteum and stimulates corpus luteum or luteum to secrete progesterone. Right? So it promotes the formation of corpus luteum and stimulates corpus luteum to secrete progesterone. Right? Then it also stimulates Leydig cells of testes to secrete testosterone. So that was the luteinizing hormone. It finally stimulates the Leydig cells of the testes to secrete testosterone. Next, 6. The prolactin or luteotropic hormone. The prolactin or the luteotropic hormone. Right? Now, the prolactin stimulates the mammary glands to secrete milk after parturition. After parturition, which is your childbirth. It reduces the chances of pregnancy. Reduces the chances of pregnancy. Right? Now, during pregnancy, prolactin initiates the secretion of progesterone from corpus luteum to maintain pregnancy. Right? So we've done 6. The 7th hormone is the MSH. MSH is also called as melanocyte stimulating hormone. The melanocyte stimulating hormone. That's the 7th hormone that is secreted by the anterior pituitary. Right? Now, what does it do? It stimulates the melanophores and melanocyte cells of the skin to control the color of the skin, in lower animals. Right? Deficiency of this hormone from anterior pituitary causes a lower. That's it. Okay. So those were the 7 hormones that are produced by anterior pituitary. Let's just revise what would happen if you have deficiency of these hormones. Let's consider third, deficiency of hormones would cause the following disorders. Deficiency of hormones from anterior pituitary. So the deficiencies of hormone from anterior pituitary would cause the following disorders. First, deficiency of growth hormone causes dwarfism, in child. Right? Deficiency of thyroid stimulating hormone causes cretinism in child and myxoderma in adult. Right? Deficiency of ACTH will cause stress and depression. Next, deficiency of FSH FSH will affect the development sorry, development of gonads and production of eggs, and sperms. Next, deficiency of LH LH will cause menstrual irregularities and stop ovulation in females, which will make pregnancy impossible. In males, testosterone production will be affected. Testosterone production will be affected to affect secondary sexual characters and cause impotency. Right? Next, deficiency of prolactin. Deficiency of prolactin will affect milk production. Finally, deficiency of MSH will affect body pigmentation in lower animals. MSH will affect body pigmentation in lower animals. Right? Now, so we understand what is the deficiency of various hormones, what are the various defects it could create in human being, right? Okay, we'll stop this here for the day. Thank you very much.